and action research on the influence of cooperative learning on the English communication skills of Chinese middle school students. My name is Zhangzhe. Part 1, Problem Statement. As is showed in the NECS, the English teaching in junior middle school should aim at integrating communicative competence and basic language knowledge. Meanwhile, teachers should adopt new teaching models which emphasize on improving students' learning interests and developing their comprehensive ability of English. To achieve these goals, it is necessary to explore effective ways to improve students' spoken English competence. China has been affected by the exam-oriented education system and the traditional teaching mode for a long time. Not every student can speak English fluently, which means it is far from the NECS requirements for students' speaking skills. The aim is to explore the impact of cooperative learning on Chinese middle school students' English communication skills. Part 2, Research Objectives. Number 1, to study oral English communication skills of middle students in Chinese junior high school through collaborative learning. Number 2, to compare pre-test and post-test oral English communication skills of the students with collaborative learning in Chinese middle school. Number 3, to develop cooperative learning methods suitable for Chinese middle school students to improve their oral communication skills. Part 3, Research Questions. Number 1, can cooperative learning improve the oral communication ability of Chinese junior high school students? To what extent can cooperative learning effectively improve the speaking level of secondary school students? Number 3, which cooperative learning method is most effective in oral English classes for Chinese middle school students? And then, how can teachers carry out oral teaching aimed at communication in response to the learning style and needs of middle school students? And then, qualitative research designs. This study is an action research that lasts 4 semesters. The first stage, questionnaire and oral ability self-assessment, including the student's oral ability, language learning style, language learning strategy questionnaire, used to understand the student's learning experience, oral level, according to the student's learning style strategy to select for the student group. The second stage, the students complete cooperative learning tasks, self-evaluation, and task evaluation. Teachers reflect on teaching through classroom observation, video recording, semi-structured interviews, and so on. In the third stage, according to the feedback of students and teacher reflection, the study task is adjusted, and finally, the students are evaluated for comprehensive oral ability. Part 5, Participants. The research object is 2 classes of a middle school in China. The first students, respectively, Class A and Class B. Class A as experimental group, the use of cooperative learning-based teaching model. Class B as a reference group to the traditional teaching model of oral teaching. The number of boys and girls in both classes is equal. With an average age of 14, students in both classes will work with researchers to complete a full semester study that includes filling out questionnaires, self-evaluation, teacher teaching evaluation, task evaluation feedback, and more. And then data collection. The research instruments of this study are divided into two main categories, among which the quantitative research instruments include questionnaire experiment. Qualitative research instruments include semi-structured interviews, classroom observation, written summary reports of students' learning plans, teachers' teaching diaries, and student videos. And then data analysis. Memoing. It contains notes about anything, including ideas generated by the researcher during interviews and observations, the need for data collection and comparisons of data. Transcription is the action of providing a written account of spoken words. We need to translate the audio recordings from the interviews and the field notes recorded through observation into text. After that, the original data should be properly stored. Segmenting, coding, and developing category systems. The researcher should read transcript data and divide the data into meaningful analytical units. When the researcher locates meaningful segments, they can code them. During coding, keeping a masked list is necessary. Then the codes are reapplied to new segments of data each time an appropriate segment is encountered. Trustworthiness. To improve the reliability and validity of the research, strategies such as investigator triangulation, extended field work, and peer review are used. It is also important to avoid the effect of researcher bias on validity. And then is a list of references and appendices. In this part, we have an interview protocol. And that's all. Thank you very much.